Hello children, I am very happy and privileged in welcoming you all to 10th standard. Hope all are safe and healthy. I hope you had pretty time in enjoying your holidays at home. Now let us come back to school. Come back to school in the sense stay home, safe and enjoy schoolings. Owing the safety of the future generation, the government is organized this school readiness program. Welcome you back. Well, coming to today's session, let us start with the skill listening. Hope all of you can understand the meaning of listening. Let us start today's session with listening. What is listening? It's a wonderful skill. Listening, yes, don't you agree with me? Listening is an active communication process which enables the listener to comprehend accurately what the speaker tries to say. So once you understand what the speaker tries to say, then we are the winners. So you have 5 components to keep in the mind. Before listening, listening has 5 very important components to understand. So before you could understand, the first component I want to tell is hearing. Hearing is a very important component. After hearing, what is the next? Guess? Yes. After hearing, you can come to attending. After hearing, next process is attending. Hearing and attending goes well, understanding will be very easy. After understanding, let us move to responding. After responding, the result will be very fine, called remembering. If these 5 components are there, we shall win anywhere. So, listening is a very important skill I would like to tell you. Based on this topic, I would like to show you a small video which will be very helpful to you.
Start. We. You. They. He likes. She likes. Brilliant.
Was this video really helpful? Yes, because all the 5 components are there and I have given you additional tips also. How to be an active listener. Now, let us resume back to our session. Today, we are going to make verbs from noun. You all know noun is a naming word and verbs tell the action of a noun. Let us start with some examples. Teacher. What is the duty of the teacher? Action of the teacher, teach. Hope you try to understand. What is the duty of the teacher? The duty of the teacher is to teach. The same way, a writer's duty is write. A reader's action is read. There are few more examples. Continued. Justice is to justify, that is justified. pure is to purify, purified. Sympathy, sympathize. Apology, apologize. Pressure, action of pressures, pressurize. Few more examples. Believe, before believe, it's belief. Blood, the action of blood, to bleed. Invasion is to invade. There are few more examples, common examples, adding ment, employ, employment, develop, development, establish, establishment. Few more nouns converted to verbs. An act becomes action. Inspire, inspiration. Protect, protection. This was quite interesting, right? So, let us come back. Nouns are very interesting. The same way, verbs are also very interesting. So, you have learnt in your previous classes about nouns, verbs and almost all the parts of speech. There is a wonder, same word using as a noun and verb. So, in the last year, 9th standard, you have been learnt about this. So, let me give you a few examples of the same word used as well as noun and verb. The first thing is help. Help can be used as a noun as well as a verb. Sleep, start, run. Run is you can use as a verb as well as a noun. Try, kick, force, guide, demand, play, sound, produce, look. So, today I have chosen making use of same word in a sentence. I have selected produce today for an example. Produce can be used as a noun and as a verb. Let us see. This supermarket doesn't have the best to produce sections. Now, produce is used here as a noun. The same word produced can be used as a verb also. They'll produce the best pop album of the year. You might be wondering, how can the same word be used as a verb and also as a noun? Let us see a small syllable trick or stress. Here is a small syllable trick. You need to follow a small syllable trick here, stress here. Example, for a noun or an adjective, the first syllable is stressed. Here, produce, it has been spelled as P-R-O-D-U-C-E. So, the first syllable here is P-R-O. The word produce is being stressed for the first syllable, produce. Whereas, for a verb, the stress is on the second syllable, produce, P-R-O-D-U-C-E. D-U-C-E. The stress is on the second syllable. This is very important to understand. If you understand the small trick, you can convert n number of sentences as you wish. Shall we move to the next slide? Using the same word as a noun and a verb. Now let's see how we are going to make use of guide as a noun. We hired a guide for a trip to Goa. So you can easily find out how guide is used as a noun. The same word guide can be used as a verb. You must have some guiding principle to build up a business. So any business requires some principles. So if we use some guiding principles, your business can be built up. So we are using the same word guide as a noun and as well as a verb. Now let me show you one more example. Demand. So let's see how demand is used as a noun. At present, there is a great demand for sanitizers. Yes, we have a great demand for sanitizers because of pandemic, isn't it? Yes. So we are using demand as a noun here. So the same word demand is being used as a verb. The customer demanded a refund. When you buy something in a shop, a produce is not benefited according to our rate. What we do? We expect a refund. You expect some refund. So when you are asking for a refund, so that will be added to a verb. So contractions. Have you heard about verb contractions? Yes, verb contractions, very important. A verb contraction is a word made from two words. You have come across in your daily life while talking to somebody, while conversing to somebody, verb contractions help us a lot. So many a time, many of us don't use contractions, we use long form while speaking to others. So let us try to use verb contractions, which will be very useful in making your sentence small and easy. So contractions should not be used in a formal reports. Keep in mind, contractions should never be used in a formal reports or a business letters. It can only be spoken. So use an apostrophe in place of the letters that have been left out. So one more thing to remember is the word not is a negative word, so it cannot be the part of your verb. It has to be spelled out separately. So let us come to the contractions. Here I have brought you some examples how to use contractions here. Should not is a long form. After contractions it becomes shouldn't. Could not becomes couldn't. Have not becomes haven't. Does not becomes doesn't. Cannot becomes can't. Were not becomes weren't. Are not becomes aren't. Would not becomes wouldn't. Will not becomes won't. So this is quite interesting. So this will be very much useful for you. I have introduced verb contractions here, the first session. In the next session, it will be very much helpful for us to learn the question tags. So let me move forward to explain you some examples applying verb contractions. Applying contractions to a sentence. The first sentence here is, I am going to the store to buy some eggs. After applying contractions, it becomes, I am going to the store to buy some eggs. Are you understanding, children? Yes. Next example. We are having omelets for breakfast. So that can be contracted like this. We are having omelets for breakfast. So this is an amazing thing, right? So try to use more contractions while speaking. It's an activity. Make contractions and use in your own sentence. I am. How can we contract I am? Yes, right, am. So let us make use of am in a sentence. I am 15 years old. So next, you are. After contracting, it's your. Let's see how we can utilize in a sentence. You are such a sweetheart. A small girl tells the doll, you are such a sweetheart. The next sentence, he is. The contraction of he is his. Let us see a sentence. He is so smart, isn't it? The next sentence is, what is. How can we contract what is? What's. So let us see a sentence out of it. What's the matter? Are not. Are not can be contracted as aren't. A sentence, they aren't coming next week. That is. That is after contracting becomes that's. That's awesome. You can see a scenery, that's an awesome scenery. So, the recap of today's session. The first part of the lesson today is active listening. Hope all learnt what is listening and the outcome of it. The next slide is about how to make verbs from nouns. It was quite simple. The next, same word used as noun and verb. The same word used as a noun and a verb. The next slide is making use of sentence out of a noun and verb. Recap of today's session is, the first point we learned today is active listening. Hope you enjoyed active listening, a small video clip. The next point we learnt about how to make verbs from noun. That was quite interesting. Then we moved to same word used as noun and verb. After that, we moved to make use of sentences out of nouns and verb. Then we moved to the syllable stress, how to utilize the syllable stress, and we learnt a small trick. The last one we learnt about verb contractions and how to make use of verb contraction while speaking and while applying it in a sentence. Assignment for the day. Try to make sentence of using the same word, a noun and a verb. I have given you a few words from today's session: help, run, kick, try, play, force. Please try making sentence of your own using these words. We'll try to make the session best in the next class. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.